Most people only learn about credit card disputes after something goes wrong. A wrong charge, a duplicate bill, a service that never arrived, or a transaction the cardholder did not make. Many never realize how much protection their card actually offers in these moments. Understanding the dispute process can save real money, reduce stress, and turn a confusing situation into a calm, confident response. A credit card dispute is a formal request to your card issuer to investigate a transaction you believe is wrong. The reason can vary. Maybe a merchant charged you twice. Maybe an item never arrived. Maybe a subscription kept billing after cancellation. Maybe a stranger used your card. In each case, the dispute process exists because card networks and issuers want cardholders to feel safer using their cards. There is an important distinction to know. A dispute is not the same as fraud. Fraud usually means someone used your card without permission. A dispute may be about fraud, but it can also be about merchant errors, undelivered goods, or billing problems where you actually authorized the original transaction. The category you select can affect how your issuer investigates and how the merchant responds. Before opening a dispute, the smart first step is usually to contact the merchant. Many problems get resolved faster directly. A polite call or message often produces a refund within days. Disputes through the card issuer are powerful, but they are also more formal, slower, and create a record. So treat the dispute as a backup tool, not always the first move. If the merchant cannot or will not fix the problem, that is when you contact your card issuer. You can usually open a dispute through the mobile app, the website, or a phone call. The issuer will ask for details: the date, the amount, the merchant, and what went wrong. Clear, simple facts help. Vague or emotional explanations often slow the process down. Many issuers will then issue a temporary credit while they investigate. This is sometimes called a provisional credit. Your statement balance may drop by the disputed amount during the review. But this is not a guaranteed final win. If the issuer later sides with the merchant, the credit can be reversed. So treat that temporary refund as borrowed time, not confirmed cash in your hands. Behind the scenes, the issuer contacts the merchant's bank with the dispute. The merchant then has a chance to respond. They may provide receipts, shipping records, or signed agreements. The issuer reviews the evidence from both sides and applies the rules of the card network. The whole process can take weeks. Patience and clean records on your side make a big difference. Let us walk through a simple example. Imagine you booked a service online. The provider never delivered. You contacted them many times with no reply. You then disputed the charge. You provided your booking confirmation, your messages, and your timeline. The merchant ignored the dispute. The issuer sided with you and the temporary credit became permanent. That is how a textbook dispute should flow. Now imagine the opposite. You bought an item, used it for weeks, and decided you simply did not like it. You then asked your card issuer to refund it as a dispute. The merchant could show that the item was delivered, used, and outside the return window. The issuer would likely side with the merchant. Disputes are not a substitute for a normal return. This is why intent matters. Disputes were designed for unfair, unresolved, or unauthorized situations, not for buyer's remorse. Misusing the dispute system can damage your relationship with the merchant, get accounts closed, and even raise concerns with the issuer if it becomes a pattern. So the first question to ask yourself is whether the situation is truly outside what a normal refund could fix. Time limits matter as well. Card networks usually require disputes to be filed within a certain number of days from the statement date or transaction date. The exact rules vary, but waiting too long can cost you the chance entirely. A good habit is to review your statement each month. Catching a wrong charge early gives you maximum protection and the cleanest possible response. Documentation is your best friend. Receipts, screenshots, emails, Tracking numbers, written cancellations, and any communication with the merchant should be saved. When you open a dispute, having clean evidence makes everything easier. The issuer is not present at the original purchase. They can only see what you provide. So the better your records, the stronger your position in the review. There are also special situations to know. Recurring subscriptions can be disputed if they continue billing after a clear cancellation. Damaged or wrong items can be disputed if the merchant refuses to fix it. Charges from compromised cards can be disputed as fraud. Even problems with travel, like services that did not match what was paid for, can sometimes qualify. Each category has its own evidence pattern. Be careful with disputing during a delivery delay. Many people open disputes too early, before the package or service has had a fair chance to arrive. This can create awkward double refunds or canceled orders. A better step is to contact the merchant first, give a reasonable window, and only escalate if there is silence or a real failure. Patience usually leads to cleaner outcomes. What about fraud disputes? If you see charges you did not make, the steps are usually faster and stronger. Most issuers will lock or replace the card, open a fraud claim, and remove the charges quickly while they investigate. Reporting fraud quickly protects both your money and your credit profile. Hesitating only gives the situation more time to grow into something larger. A few smart habits make all of this easier. Use card alerts so every transaction sends a notification. Review your statement at the same time every month. Keep a small folder, digital or physical, for important purchase records. Use one card for online subscriptions so they're easy to track. Small structure now makes any future dispute feel calm instead of overwhelming. It is also worth understanding what disputes are not. They are not a way to punish a merchant you simply dislike. They are not a way to cancel a contract you agreed to. They are not magic, and they are not always successful. They are a structured fairness process. Used responsibly, they keep the entire card system honest and protect everyone, including you, in the long run. So here is the short version. A credit card dispute is a formal way to challenge a transaction when something is wrong. Try the merchant first, document everything, file within the time limit, and choose your category carefully. When used honestly, the dispute system is one of the most powerful consumer protections available, quietly working in the background every time you swipe, tap, or click.